There we go. Okay, we have some action. And then I need to get the... no, that's the wrong thing. I need to get this going. It must be that. Let's see if that works. Okay. All is well. Okay, right. We're all going. Lips only between the lines. Okay. Good stuff. All right. So, where's the other thing gone on my screen now? It was here just now. Where's it gone? Come on. It was working. There. My little banners. Alright, how's everybody? And what do you all want to talk about today? For anybody who is new to... Oh, somebody else joined. Haunted Lavender 222. Hey, how are you? Glad you could join. If you are new to Covenstead, it's just where we all get together and we just talk about magic and witchcraft and the occult and everything. No specific topic, anything you want to talk about, just throw it in the chat and we will all talk about it. Mima, hello Lee. What I'm about to write may be a tad lengthy, if you don't mind. It's fine. Just bear in mind that YouTube only allow you a certain amount of characters or words, so you might need to put it in a variety of text. So best to write it out first and then kind of split it up. Finally, I performed ritual to summon Boone. I started ritual on Friday during my local Venus hour, and I used the second sigil of Boone according to Goetia. Oh, I did see your comment. So you don't need to write everything out. I was going to respond to it. So many bloody windows open here. Hold on. Let me go. Yeah. Just want to make sure it's you and not somebody else. And just let me know. Oh, you have something to add to it. Okay. All right. No, go for it. Just let me know if I can read the comment as well, and then everybody else can get an idea of what's going on. If I can find it now. Where the hell is it? If I responded to it, it's going to be somewhere down here. Pin the Patreon link in the chat. I'll do so now. Yeah, I can't find it now. I'll do this. I actually can't find that comment. No, it's gone. I'll probably come across it tomorrow or something like that, you know. All right, let me go through all of Mima's or Mimalek's stuff, and then I'll come back to everything else. I removed it saved for Covenstead. Oh. Okay, no. I should have read that first. Alright, the question is now, what can or should I do with the offerings? I have no idea what to do with them now. Orange will decay, chocolate will spoil eventually. And there's a question of money. Should I keep it or should I spend? Also, I have an interesting side effect. Okay, let's start with the offerings. So, orange you can bury. Chocolate you can also bury. I don't think it will harm the ground itself. It's just not good for dogs and I think cats, just in case they dig it up. Um, what you could do with the chocolate is melt it. I think. Yeah, you don't want dogs and cats and such to get hold of chocolate. I'm wondering if you can put it in a river, actually. If all else fails, if you have no other options left, the obvious way to get rid of an offering is in the bin. Yeah, I think a river would be okay. I can't think how it would be detrimental to the fishes and stuff, and it'll eventually just melt away, and the cats and dogs can't get to it. So yeah, probably the best option. The money you can also bury. I know it sounds weird, but you've given it as an offering. It wasn't kind of like I'm giving it to you so that you can bless it and I can spend it. This was an offering to Boone herself. So you're going to have to discard that. So I would bury the money as well. All right. So let's have a look at the side effect. My mother, who was aware of the ritual at the time I started performing it, began to feel burning feeling on her cheeks, and our spiritual connection is probably extremely strong. That burning, but not nasty sensation, ended for her when I finished. Yeah, she was probably just, as you said in your previous comment as well, you've got a strong connection. You and your mother have got a strong connection, and you were feeling the burning as well in your cheeks. So it's probably just a reaction to that during the ritual. Remember, when you're doing ritual, any kind of ritual, you're moving energy around, and when you're moving energy around, you're going to feel it. So your body, I find anyway, my body tends to get hotter than usual. So I do sometimes get burning sensations at my spine or in my cheeks or somewhere in my body because the energy's shifting, is moving. So that's probably why. But you also had sympathetic connection. Yolandi did say, I just saw here, bury in a pot plant. Yeah, you can do. If you don't have cats and dogs yourself, then that's an option, because if you do have cats and dogs, putting it in a pot plant is going to be a bit of a problem. They're going to dig it out. But you did say you have a river in your town. I'll add the comment with description now in that recent video where I put it. Okay. Alright. Well, I think that kind of covers that anyway. Let me go back up from a far rock away. Hello. Top of the day. How can we destroy bogus thought forms? You can eat them. What do you mean by bogus, though? I mean, bogus usually means well, words have lost me. False. So what would be? Just let me know what you mean by bogus, because false thought forms, I'm not sure what that would indicate actually. All right, Patreon link. Let me just grab that. I should put my Patreon link. In here. And around, I'll pin it. Go. Pin message. Right, there you go. Thanks for reminding me of that. Jono's here. Hello, Jono. Thanks for joining. And from a far rock away. Berry. Berry the berries. Richard, sometimes you feel like the Human Torch during ritual. Yeah, that's very true. I like the analogy though. I'm just going to call you Far Rock. There you go. It's easier to say. Thought forms that don't serve me. Oh, those little things that come up every now and then. Just forget about them. Really. It's mastery of the mind. Just what did you say? Thought forms I don't need. That seem plaguing. Cleansing, banishing, forgetting. As I say, this is a training, mental training. I mean, when we do sigil work and stuff, we kind of like have to forget about the sigil, so we don't bring it back into the conscious. That's just part of magic training. So same thing here. If it doesn't serve you, don't think about it. If you don't think about it, it has no energy, it has no power. It's no longer a thought form because it's got no thought put in it. Haunted. Elisa Astaroth has been reaching out to me lately. What would be the best way to start a relationship with her? I have been meditating with her, for starters. I have a feeling she is reaching out to me because I have been dealing with depression and loneliness lately. That's just my thoughts. Same way you would build a relationship with any spirit, really, is just spend time with them. I always mention the spirit box. I think I possibly mentioned it on every single show almost. Covenstead anyway. So the spirit box is really just a little box. You can draw the sigil of Astaroth on it. You can decorate it any way you want to, and then what you can do is put offerings inside the box and just sit with it every now and again. You can do it like once a day or for 5 or 10 minutes. Just sit with the box. Ask Astaroth to. You can chant the N, which pulls in the energy of Astaroth, and ask Astaroth to just imbue the box with her energy. And then you can put little offerings inside the box at various times, or if you make a particular agreement with the spirit to do it like once a week, once a month, once a year, whatever, or during the Sabbaths or something. And you can put little petitions, you can write petitions up, put them in the box, ask for something. But really it's just about lighting a candle, lighting some incense, making that mental connection, and you can use the N just to draw the energy to you, and then just spend some time with that energy, with Astaroth themselves, and speak to them, tell them about your day, tell them any of your wishes, dreams, thoughts, problems you're having, and then just spend some time in silence, just in case you get a reply. That reply can come in various forms, and you've got to find out what that is for you. But then just sit and just listen for a while. So yeah, try that for a while. Try that for like a week or two. See if you get any improvements. James, on the thought form subject, aside from the ritual banishing aspect, techniques for dealing with intrusive thoughts and anxiety can be useful in letting go of unwanted thoughts. Yes, they can, absolutely. I always think of, when we talk about intrusive thoughts and feelings, I always think of something William Gray told Euquibus Swat. I can't remember which way it is, but it's either with thoughts or with feelings, but one is assigned to feces, the other one is assigned to urine. So when you go to the toilet, depending on what you're doing, a number 1 or a number 2, you release just the negative thoughts or the negative feelings. You can say, like, with if you're having a number one, if you're having a P, then just release the negative thoughts with the P, and you can say a little phrase to wash it out. If you go for a crap, then get rid of your negative feelings in the same way. Just say something, say a little phrase that gets rid of it. It sounds really weird, but it actually works really, really well. Farrock, are there sorcerers who can read my every thought? And can I make an astral shield to stop high-level magicians from accessing my mind and Akasha? There probably are, yes. I think anybody who's gotten to that level is not going to bother. They've got way more important things to think about and to deal with. This is a bit like, somebody who's reached that level of adepthood that, they can just write something and curse another person just by thinking about it, type of thing. They've got way more important things to think about than going around cursing people. That's why they usually don't do it. But yes, it's possible. And a shield will block them. Just put up your normal protective shield. It all forms part of the foundational work with protection magic. Oh, sorry, you also said, like, how can I stop letting off electric impulses that certain psychics can trace? Shield, just shield. Keep your shields up. It's, as I said, it forms part of the normal foundational protection and cleansing magic. It's putting up shields, keeping yourself warded and things like that. So just keep doing that work and you shouldn't have a problem. Mr. Willie, hello Mr. Willie. Which demon is good to work with for out-of-body experiences? I can't think now. I wonder if I've got it on my website yet. I'm going to put this URL in the chat as well, just in case anybody hasn't seen it yet. I'm still busy adding like half of the Goetia spirits, transcribing and going through everything. But it's searchable, which makes things easier. Let's try. Okay, so with Bathin, let me just read through this. The other side of this, when we're talking about transporting a person, it's about transporting people. I'm sure you've read it various times in the old grimoires where the spirit actually transports a person from one country to another immediately. This is often considered to actually just be astral projection. So it's quite possible that Bathin, for instance, can actually teach you astral projection. Let me just double check what his office is. Yeah, because Bathin is all about travel, and it is that idea of can transport men suddenly from one country to another. But there are others. I just can't think of them right now. Yeah. But have a look into Bathin. It's possible that's the one. Haunted, thank you, Lee, much appreciated. Much love from Canada. Oh, absolutely, no problem. The ruinous son of Distolas. Hello, Lolo. Oh, TikTok. Oh, hello. Such a wonderful and marvellous magician. A question for you. What are your thoughts on the current intrigue involving demons in the modern age? TikTok. I'm not following, sorry. What do you mean by demons in the modern age? Why is my screen flashing? Oh, I did want to apologize for last week because just wasn't a very good week. Eventually, everything just went off, and because we had a thunderstorm which just shut everything down. Let me just do that. Sorry, let me come back here now. Ruinous Sun. So I'm really not sure what you mean by thoughts on the current intrigue involving demons in the modern age. There's probably been an intrigue in demons since humans discovered spirits. I don't know how long back that is. Yeah, so you'll have to elaborate a bit on that. Thanks, sorry. Tracy, hello Tracy. Eliminating all the waste at once. Great idea. Yeah, no, it works fantastically. Richard, those who can curse with just a thought are a level where cursing is menial and below them. Yeah, there's really no point to it. Farrock, last one. How is the best way to create a shield? The best way is I find is the simplest way. What I do, I've got a little banishing ritual that I do. It's more of a cleansing ritual, actually. I get rid of all the negative sludge on me every day. If you join my Patreon as a free member, you'll actually get access to the ritual. And then what I do at the end of that, I take a breath in, and because it kind of creates this red ball in the heart center. And then as I breathe in, that kind of expands out. And you can imagine this as red or as black. I know at least one person who uses black to represent the planetary aspects of Saturn, which works better for them. But you kind of expand it out, and then you expel all the cacodemons, and it kind of creates this shield, and you just carry on your day with that. And that is, I find, just the easiest, simplest, and most effective way. It's very much the idea of just sitting and just imagining, visualizing that you have this ball of energy, and you kind of concentrate this ball of energy. You can pour breathe energy in from outside, and you kind of pour breathe all that energy into the center of yourself, and then you take a breath in and you push it out so it surrounds you, and you're in a ball, in a sphere. And you can visualize that as being solid. You can visualize it as having mirrors on the outside which reflect all negativity and things you don't want. You can visualize it as being spiky to kind of stab and hurt all those things, negativities and crappy things. So yeah, you can visualize it any way you want to. Mirror's quite good usually, depending on what you actually. If there's something specific you want to shield yourself from, just think about how you can actually do that with the visualization. Jono said to you, my witchcraft teacher can read people's thoughts. She can hear conversations happening far away. She says she never bothers unless there's risk of harm to her family, because she just doesn't want to hear other people's thoughts. Most people are awful. Yeah, I agree, absolutely. And if you got, you can be selective, but if you got all these bloody people's thoughts in your head, you don't want that. Elandi, congrats on your 11,000 subscribers. Thank you very much. I'm hoping it picks up a bit now. I thought it would pick up at like 10,000, but still the same. The monthly subscriber intake. But anyway, Luke's here. Hello, Luke. Okay, Ruinous Sun. Let's see. Oh dear, forgive me. You see, sometimes I speak in Bible and babble. There has been quite an explosion of interest in channels. Oh, I think I know what you mean. Appearing in the last 72 hours, suddenly taking interest in demonologies. In the last 72 hours, really? Okay, I'll have to explore that. But there has been an increased interest in demonolatry, and I think that actually probably started with Connolly about 15 years ago, when she first published her first book. That is tied into generational traditional demonolatry, which was very much family based. But until then, until she actually published the first book, it was very much exploration of the grimoires in the fashion they were written, which is disrespectful to the spirit. So a lot of other people were trying to find ways to be respectful and work with the spirits in a respectful manner. And then Connolly came along with the first book, and all of a sudden this term demonolatry came about, and we had a label that we could use. And this, I think, I'm guessing here, I'm just speculating. I think this kind of made it more accessible and more approachable for a lot of people, because now all of a sudden, as they should be, they shouldn't be seen as these negative evil entities, because that is a very Christian worldview. But they were seen as good spirits, as spirits that can actually aid you and help you. I mean, they're just spirits; they're not negative or positive, but they can actually aid you if you treat them right, if you go in a particular manner. Yeah, there has been a growing interest over the past few years. But 72 hours, I just want to see what you said here. Alas, there has been also an immense decrease, I think. Sorry, I don't read emoji very well, which caps their views at 1 to 2 views, but I've seen them popping up on demons. I could give you some information on Great Prince Stolas. Yeah, no, I'm not really sure. You can give us some information on Stolas if you want to. Information is always welcome. Yes, I'll have to go look into that. Past 72 hours. Not sure why. Far Rock. I get it. It's like Green Lantern. Oh, I love Green Lantern. One of my favorite DC characters. Other people say he's a bit of a weed. I like him. Got to have a good imagination to make a firewall. Yeah, well, I don't know if it's imagination. I mean, we say visualization, visualize this thing, but there are people with aphantasia. It doesn't mean they can't do it. They just visualize in a different manner. You might take a deep breath in and then blow out, and all of a sudden the shield is up. You may, a favorite way of a lot of people actually do this, once you've actually done the whole shield creation, you can actually create a trigger. And that trigger can be a particular hand movement, it can be a particular word or phrase or something like that, or something you do. And when you do it, boom, the shield's kind of up. And it's quite good to do that if you need it up temporarily. So you create the trigger, like shield up or shield down, and you can put it up and put it down instantly. If you suddenly find yourself in company where you need it, and then you can shield up, and you don't need to walk around all the time with the shield up then. So there's lots of ways you can have a look at that. 11-1, is that, I'm not sure what it's to do with. Is that to do with my subscribers? I'm waiting for it to get to 11111. Yeah, and then I'll be cool. Mima, I must admit, you cured me from fear of demons with your videos. I got rid of my Roman Catholic fear of demons. Though I'm not much of a follower of Roman Catholic nowadays, thank you. Oh, it's an absolute pleasure. Yeah, unfortunately, I mean, it's not just the Roman Catholics, and not just the Christians, really. It's Western society in general. It is the overculture that tells us that demons are evil, because it's run by the Christians, really. So, they're just spirits like any god and goddess, like angels, like saints. They're just a different type of spirit. That's really all it is. Richard, funny I didn't even know about S. Connolly until after I had already connected with some demons and met you. Yeah, no, she kind of just popped up one day. Actually, she popped up when I was doing my Dark Night of the Soul, which lasted a few years. So I didn't even know about her until about... God, it must be a long time now. My daughter actually told me the other day I've been divorced for 9 years. I was like, no, it's been like 5. Probably, I don't know, 10 or something years back. I can't remember now. It's been a while. So yeah, it's kind of came out of the woodwork all of a sudden. Made this whole big change. Funny enough, she didn't mean to do that. The first book she wrote, that's what I've heard her say, or she's written somewhere. The first book she wrote was actually supposed to be for her coven, and then she just put it into print through Lulu so that they could actually, get the book in print and go through it and everything else. It wasn't supposed to go public, but it did. So, and then it just changed everything. I think that's cool, actually. Shano, Rockaway Uncle, my shield is similar to what Lee described, but I let it be what it wants to be. It's been great. Sometimes it's fire, sometimes stone, sometimes water, etc. Always feel protected. That actually sounds like a servitor. It recognizes what kind of danger is approaching, and it shifts and changes to suit the circumstance, and that is very much what a protective servitor would do. And you may have actually started out with it being a shield, but constantly working with it and feeding it with energy, and it probably actually has become a thought form, a servitor. This is why I love thought forms. They're just fascinating things. Yeah. James, hello James. Is there any precedent for altering the ceremonial elemental quarters, aside from the hemisphere flip for day and night directions? An example in relation to specific geography. And oh yeah, absolutely. You can change it to relate to the geography. You can change it to relate to the work you're doing. But you're asking specifically in relation to geography. Absolutely. If you let me just position myself somewhere. Actually, we can actually talk about this from where I am. I'm in Johannesburg, South Africa. So, the larger bulk of South Africa is north of me. And, actually, hang on. No, I'm going to say, because I'm kind of like on the eastern side of the country of South Africa. So I'm going to actually say that the western side of me is the bulk of land. So therefore I can put earth in the west. If I go north, I'm moving closer to the equator, so that gets hotter, so I can place fire in the north. To my east is a huge big ocean, a huge body of water, therefore I can put water in the east. And then I can put air in the south because I'm moving closer to the South Pole, which gets colder. So air blows, it causes heat to decrease, and it gets colder. So I can actually place the elements in that particular direction because of where I am geographically located. So yes, absolutely you can. The elements are not fixed in a circle at all. We usually, any book you pick up which is usually neo-Wicca or neo-pagan based to begin with is that's entirely based on ceremonial magic, and when it comes to the element positions in the circle, it has that particular formation, but you can move them around. Have a look. I actually discussed this also when I was doing the book review of Magic of the Ordinary by Rabbi Gershon Winkler. He actually discusses in there how you you have the elemental placements around the circle, and then you have the archangel placements, which also represent the elements. And you can, depending on what work you're doing, you can shift the archangels into different positions. So you actually then have combinations of different elements, and you can walk around the compass or the circle and experience the working you're doing from this perspective of these different combinations of elements, and go through the whole cycle. And then you can shift it for something else. It's fascinating. Have a look at that video. Have a look at the book. The book is brilliant. One of my absolute all-time favorite books, Magic of the Ordinary. But yeah. Let's see. Ruinous Sun. Oops, my camera just died. Hold on. It might come back just now. Let's see. There we go. I am back. So I've got little gremlins somewhere in my bloody laptop or something, and they keep messing around with it all. Ruinous Sun, relating to Stolas or Distolas in 15th century French grimoire. He was ascribed as a marquis, quite a peculiar. Is that peculiar? Sorry. Quite a peculiar rise in rank to Grand Prince, now isn't it, TikTok? Yeah, well, the problem is, what you're going to find is that different people work with the spirits, and they have different experiences. And my camera's frozen. Hold on. I'm going to try and talk and work on this at the same time. Oh, it's just gone blank again. Hold on. Alright, so different people have different experiences with different spirits, or the same spirit. And it's very similar to how you and your friend meet a new person, and you both have a different experience of that person. You might like that person, your friend doesn't like the person. And it's just because we all have these personal perceptions that that happens when we meet people or spirits. So it's possible that the person who wrote this 15th century French grimoire had one experience, and then the person who wrote the Goetia, the Ars Goetia, had a different experience. And I mean, when you come to the Ars Goetia, that's a compilation of variety of different grimoires to begin with. So, you know, it's really just people creating their own personal grimoires, how they worked, what they did, you know, the experiences they had, and that varies from person to person, as it does nowadays. So it's absolutely possible. Far Rock, nice Methodunk word, absolute pleasure. Andrea's here, and Alistair, hello. Ivan's here, hello. Oops, it skipped, hold on, let me go back. Jono, that's super cool, thank you. Never thought of it that way before, and it's interesting to think of it as a servitor. My shield definitely does what it wants to by itself. I think a lot of things that we do actually become thought forms, even just spell work. You know, if you do any kind of spell work, whatever it is, even if it's just something simple like candle magic, I think if we put enough thought into the process, I mean, if we keep adding energy to the spell work itself, it creates a thought form, because we're adding thought, and our thought is energy, is power, is, you know, we just keep adding thought, adding energy to it, we keep feeding it, and it becomes this thought form. So I think a lot of things we do are actually thought forms. Blandy, that's to everybody else. What, Yolandi? I see you get a special greeting from Rich. Thought I greeted you already. Oh, Yolandi. Stop breaking stuff. I'm trying not to break stuff. At least we've got, how far are we now? 40 minutes in, and we're still going. Last week was a bloody disaster. Gremlins, oh yeah, definitely gremlins, yeah. Ivan, Hailey, I hope things... Okay, I'm coming back. OBS disconnected me and reconnected me. I don't know why it does that. Okay, I should be back now. Alright, so yeah, I wouldn't make too many contracts at one time. It's going to be extremely difficult to maintain. So just tell them to wait. So what they're going to have to do. And I'm not sure why the spirits are reaching out to you to make contracts. It's usually the other way around. They have, you make a contract with them because you want something. They don't really want anything from you. So just do some divination. Make sure that they are actually not imposters or astral parasites or something. They may be after some food. Just double check that. Far Rock, I like Stolas. He is a little too passive for me at times because sometimes we need wrath. And I'm usually the one who is envied, but I enjoy his company. Good stuff. Hang on, I just want to make the screen or the text a bit bigger because I'm getting bloody old. Oh, that was the wrong screen. Hold on. Where's bloody window gone? Must be this one. Oh, that's why. That's the wrong way. Oop, I've gone way too far. I've got like old man size there. Okay, James, it's really helpful, thanks Lee. I'll add that book to my reading list and give the video a watch. Absolutely, that's a pleasure. Ruinous Son, I only ask of your thoughts because the implication for the historics would imply Stolas or Distolas. Must have rendered hell a great service. Perhaps an unknown grimoire detailed it. Just a thought. Well, firstly, the concept of hell, the Christian hell, is Christian concept, and this is the thing with the old grimoires that you'll find is that they are based in Christianity. They usually have a lot of Kabbalistic concepts added to them, within them, but they often have this Christian worldview. So there's that aspect to bear in mind, which is ridiculous. Sorry, I just want to drink I haven't drunk any of my hot chocolate yet. But as I said, I mean, you're going to have... It's a bit like if I have a teacher, and this is why most of the grimoires that we find, the medieval Renaissance grimoires, are called Solomonic grimoires or Solomonic magic. They were dedicated to King Solomon because the person who wrote them considered King Solomon to be one of their teachers. I mean, this is centuries after King Solomon's death, so they never were an actual teacher unless they taught them, unless the person did ancestral work and actually spoke to them that way and they taught them that way. But they're usually dedicated to Solomon because they considered Solomon to be a teacher to them. But if I have a teacher and they teach me particular things, I will then create my own journal. I'll write things in my journal, experiences I had, all of that stuff. And at one point they may teach me to go and meet a particular spirit. And I've done this myself. I've sent people, students of mine, on journeys to go and meet spirits. I don't like that my screen is flashing, bugging me. But I've sent people to go on journeys to meet particular spirits, and each one of those people have different experiences. They see the spirit differently. The spirit communicates to them differently. And it's because we all perceive these things differently. It's not like being in the physical world and the physical realm or reality where we see the physical things and they don't change, they don't shift, they don't morph. These are fifth dimensional entities that they just keep changing and morphing. They don't even have physical appearances or physical bodies. Our perception gives them that physicality. So yeah, as I say, it's really about different people experiencing different things. Let's go back to my OBS screen so I can make sure it doesn't freeze again. Stop tempting the fates. Mimilek, and here I was thinking I dispelled the thing just after you mentioned Gremlin. Visualizing the thing and moving fingers in dispelling move. Andrea, I'm going to be 60 this year. Oh my goodness me. When's your birthday? Let us know, most of all. Maybe have a celebration. Oh, Tracy's also going to be 62, or is 62. James, oh, that reminds me, I had a strong nudge from Cornick earlier this week, which seemed odd to me, as I've not paid them any mind whatsoever. Is it wise to reach out via divination before responding? Absolutely, yeah. I've had nudges from spirits, and sometimes the spirits I really don't want to talk to. Sometimes they are spirits which are going to take a bit too much attention than I can give at this present time. So I will always go and check with divination first and just make sure it is the spirit first of all. And you are getting the message from the actual spirit you think it is. And then I will try and just discern, what the reason is and if that connection or that relationship needs to happen at this particular time. Because remember, they don't really have the same concept of time, human time, that we do. So you have to remember that, and they also have to be reminded of that sometimes. So yeah, definitely do your divination. Always do divination in your discernment. Andrea still feels 17. I feel 24. Except when I try to stand up and my bones go. Andy said I turned 51 on 19 January. Yeah, that was quite recently. Happy birthday. Richard, you're minus 25, Humour 12, and your back is asking if you're still alive. Yeah. Yolandi, I should try putting some cardamom and cinnamon in your hot chocolate. Oh yeah, that would be good. Except cardamom. Not really sure about the cardamom. The cinnamon's good. Cinnamon's good though. What's also good with this particular Nestle hot chocolate is heat up milk instead of water. Oh, it's delicious. Put a bit of salt in and some vanilla essence as well. Oh, it's amazing. But that gets a bit expensive to have like every day. Andrea, oops. What's going on? Screen's doing weird freaking things again. Andrea might have been out by a year or so. Tracy, Uncle Lee, is there a way to send you a private message? Yeah, you can email me. webleydev@gmail.com. If you go into the header of my YouTube channel, you should find the email link in there. Just use that. I have set it to webleydev because a lot of people are having difficulty getting to my leewjohnson.com email address, so that one's easier. Nothing heavy. No, that's fine. Just send me an email there. If I don't reply to you or respond to you like within a day, just remind me. I've got so much spam coming through my emails. I often miss stuff. Yeah. John, I struggle to understand how you demonologists keep up with maintaining all your relationships. Good on you for discipline there. Yeah, it's actually a very, very valid question. For instance, I work with, well, I work, it was 5, I'm now going to be working with 6, but I don't work with them all the time. Only when things come up, and I say 6 because Barbatos has popped up, and I'm putting together a particular way of doing conjurations through the scrying mirror and things like that with the Goetia spirits. And he popped up as the one who wants to help me with that particular ritual format. So I'm going to be working with him now. But in my morning prayers, I just say morning to them. So that's how I keep my relationships going with them. But it's only like 5 now, 6. It's not like hundreds and hundreds. Some people I think do get a bit out of hand, and then it becomes quite difficult. But yeah, no, it's the same with working with any spirits. I mean, you have a pantheon of gods and goddesses. You know, you might not work with all of them. You probably don't, because you take any pantheon, there's going to be hundreds, even thousands of gods and goddesses within it. So you only work with particular ones, and you keep those relationships going. So same thing, really. Richard at Jono, same way you keep in contact with your human friends. Yeah, you contact them when you can. That's really what it's about. And as I say, I kind of say good morning to them every morning when I do my morning prayers and offerings. And it's just a general thing. It's not like specifically I'll go to Marbas, for instance, and I'll like have a chat with him for 5 minutes, and I'll go to Naberius and I'll chat with him for 5 minutes. It's just a general morning, hello, how are you? I recognize you and I remember you type of thing. And then if I have something like you'll do a healing or something, I'll call Marbas, because that relationship is maintained, and then we'll work together in a healing. So it's really kind of how it works. Same as Richard said with your, same with your human friends. Human friends. Farrock and Prince Dolos had helped with craft as far as herbal correspondences. Thanks, Prince Dolos. Good stuff. I'm just trying to find this. Richard, have 2 demons I work with all the time, and 3rd who comes along once in a while when he wants to. Yeah, that's more or less it. I actually have a very strong connection with Hindu gods and goddesses. I've been pulled back and drawn back again to them now. I've been doing a variety of different work, working with different spirits for different pantheon, and they're just kind of like, nope, steer you back in this direction. I'm like, okay. Farah, yes, I agree. It's a relay, as in current, which we could maintain in any good standing in life. I think, yeah, it's really what it's all about. Sorry, I'm just double checking on Stolas here. I've never worked with Stolas myself. I do like that he appeared in Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, though. That was quite cool. Johnny, I'd love to start working with Hecate. I have a lot of respect for her. I'm not going to until I'm committed to the new moon thing every month until I die. I would prefer not to let it down. Yeah, no, it's better if you do make those kind of commitments, then it's better to stick to them. Sometimes shit's going to happen, and I do find that personally they are understanding. you may just be... I've actually had it where I completely forgot that it was the new moon or the full moon, depending on what I'm doing. I mean, I do new moon and full moon rituals. And it's like a week later and I'm like, oh shit, I'm so sorry. And just give them a blessing, an offering or something, and just apologize for missing it, if that does happen. You know, they are quite understanding with those things. Ruinous Sun, I maintain a main demon to work with along with wandering spirits for services rendered TikTok. It's a delicate but quite fulfilling work when you work out the kinks, and it's dollars. Yeah. Yolandi said 3. What's 3? Sorry, I missed that. Farrock, Prince Dollars is very beginner friendly, really too passive of an energy to tap into. Example giving as the Leo full moon and people who are more aggressive. If you are naturally laid back, that would be the wrong intelligence to select in that time. For me, at least. For me, okay. Maybe that's why I haven't worked with him. I'm too laid back. I'm just trying to see what other people said about working with Stolas. Connolly says another teacher Daemon. As they all are, really. Yes, and 3. Oh, yes. Okay. Is that what we're talking about? Yeah, it always comes back to 3. You know, I did like go and add Johannum's stuff to the Demon of the Week videos, but really sometimes you just add so many things to just a single spirit that it's like, why do you have to work with any other spirit? This one can do everything. That's how I feel sometimes, but anyway. Alright, oh my goodness, look, it's gone quiet. I can drink hot chocolate. Jono to ruin us, do you mind me asking what the TikTok thing is? I'm wondering that myself. Almost seems like you're trying to cast a spell. If it's personal, no worries. First time I saw that was, I think, this past week. They sent or put a comment in one of my videos. It's like TikTok, and went, okay. It's quite unusual. I haven't even gotten to... Oh! There's something I wanted to speak about. So 2 weeks ago, I was going to mention this last week and I completely forgot. 2 weeks ago, somebody asked about tattooing protective runes on your body. It's obviously where you're going to tattoo them. And it was Dark Darling. It was one of her videos. And she was talking about the evil eye. You know, the little evil eye thing. I can't remember. It's got a specific name. The little blue gem that acts to ward off the evil eye. And there was actually something she mentioned about that. If you ever think of tattooing the evil eye on your body, don't do it. And this is why some protective sigils and stuff you should not tattoo on your body. And I thought this was a brilliant reminder. Some protective workings, charms, gems, like the evil eye, blue eye, but sigils, all of this stuff. Some of them protect in the manner of absorbing. They absorb a curse, or they'll absorb a negative influence or a negative energy that's being thrown at you. The evil eye absorbs the envy that's being thrown at you. And after a while, that absorption becomes too dense and the evil eye gem literally breaks. If you have that tattooed on your body, there's no point where it cannot break, and therefore it's going to keep absorbing attacks and negative energy, and you've got it tattooed on your body. It's going to dispel somewhere, and that's going to be into yourself. So just bear that in mind when you are thinking about tattooing protective runes or protective sigils or something on your body. Just make sure that it's not going to start absorbing negative energy or curses or something, because you're going to be absorbing that. It's on your body. So just, yeah, I thought that was a good thing to mention. Andrea said, "Be right back, making tea." Still listening. Okay. Richard, that is why you place your amulet, replace your amulet when it breaks. Yeah, exactly. So Yolandi said my cat walked over my keyboard, and they only typed 3. Well, that's appalling. They should type a lot more than that. At least they managed to get the 3 and the enter key in. That's what I was thinking. Exactly. Alright, so got that out of the way. I usually tell everybody what I'm reading when it gets quiet. So I'm going to be reading this next. I've done a review of, not this one, sorry, I've done a review of Awakening the Witchblood by Nathan King, which I've still got to edit. Went and buggered up my recordings today. I went and I was recording on the camera, and I was supposed to also record screenshots or record the screen, because I kind of go through the book and text and everything else. It's a digital book, and I forgot to press record on the OBS to record the screen. So I've got to patch the whole thing together now. So anyway, that's coming out at the end of this month. Next month I'm doing this. The Flame in the Cauldron, Orion Foxwood. This is a brilliant book. I read this, I think, about 2 years ago. I love this book. It's brilliant. It's a very quick, easy book. So I'll do that next month. Then the month after that, I was sent a book. Hold on. We'll get it. I'll open it. And it's called Modern Demonolatry. I could have just opened it there. Sorry for the bright lights. Okay, it's called Modern Demonolatry, Goetia Without Tears. Sent it to review. I will read through that and do that the month after. I have to do this one next month because there's some stuff in there I actually need to reread for particular rituals I need to do. So I might as well just review it at the same time. So that's what newest book I'm reading. The others are still the same. Jono, Uncle, can you get this message to that person who asked about the tattoo? It's a great point. I can't remember. I'll have to go through the chat. It was 2 weeks ago. I'll go through the chat. I'll just have a look. And I'm not really sure I can. This is the good thing and bad thing about YouTube, is that you are very much protected as a user, because unless you actually purposely put your email address in your bio, in your about section, nobody can get hold of you. And this is the problem I was having with the memberships, that people would join and I can't get hold of them to say, please join the Discord server so you can get access to all the information. So hopefully they will be watching this, but I'll go check who it was and maybe just announce it or something. I don't know. I'll find a way. You should press the 3 and enter on number pad. It's a message. I'm telling you. It's a message from your cat. Yolandi, oh yes, it was Yolandi who asked about the tattoo. I'm sure there was somebody else who was also interested though. Can't remember. I'll have to just double check just in case. Yeah, 2 weeks ago I was there saying be careful about permanent stuff. Yeah, asked about, Yolandi said I asked about designing my own sigil and having it tattooed. Yeah, I remember you asking that now. There we go. Problem solved. Alright, it's gone quiet again. So, if anybody does want to join the Obsidian Veil or any tier higher, the first ritual is going to be on the 28th of this month. It will be live streamed. I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to have the chat open because I'm not going to be able to interact with anybody. I'm going to be performing a ritual. So probably be a closed chat, but you'll be able to watch live if you want to. So yeah, that's first one's on the 28th. So if you want to get your name in, I can put a little marble I'll put in a bowl to represent you. Then do that. Richard said, I guess shielding is okay, but not a protection for absorbing. No, you can. Andy said I can sing a song. Hang on, I just want to go back to Richard, sorry. Shielding is okay, but not a protection for absorbing. You can actually shield yourself, and the shield can absorb the negative energies and stuff. And then what you can do is you can then, because that's external to yourself, it's not on your body. You are shielded. You're inside a bubble, and you're stopping that negative energy or that influence from getting to you. And then what you can do is at some point you can actually visualize or cause all of that negative energy to kind of like slide off the shield and into the ground, and then absorb it into the ground. And you know, Mother Nature, Mother Earth can take that and transform it and use it for compost. So there's that option. Jono, you do tarot for yourself, and what's the veil thing we can watch live? I don't really do tarot for myself. I mostly use pendulum. I'm not a diviner. Just not one of my. Never been an interest of mine. So I've never really developed the skill actually. I can read tarot. I sometimes pick it up if I want to get a bit more information about something, but I'll usually use the pendulum. The Obsidian Veil is, what I'm doing is, there's a tier on my Patreon for $10 a month. It's going to be a protective ritual every new moon. Protection and cleansing for anybody who just needs an extra bit of boost in that area. I'll be working with Hecate and Nogal for that, so I'll be calling them in and just asking them to bring cleansing and protection to everybody who's part of that little circle. Yeah, that's what that is. And I'm just doing the ritual live for everybody, just to get involved if they might want to follow along or something like that. Kind of like this playlist. By the way, if you have not, you should actually watch the music videos though. Kiki Rockwell That's some powerful shit. She's got a song out called Burn Your Village. And it's about witches in the burning times, and how they turn on the villagers, the men. Yeah, it's very good, very good. Yolandi, hello divination, but I'm taking a break. I'm not in a good space at the moment, and my life is very stressful. Not good for divination. No, not really. If you're not in the right mind space, or emotionally you're not there, rather don't, because it's going to affect the divination itself. You can reach out to other people you know and just ask them to do divination for you. It's usually the best option. Andrea, that sounds very interesting. How to join? So it's on my Patreon. The link is pinned on the chat. So just go to the Patreon and have a look for the Obsidian Veil tier. So it's $10 a month, and you can just join there. Jono, I have heard you mention the cleansing and protection thing. That's awesome. Anyone with dollars should do it. March is coming and stuff is already bad for everyone. Yeah. This actually, I think you were on, I'm sure you were on the show with when we did the 2025 astrological review. Got off that and I said to Kai, I've just been thinking while they were talking the whole time, just thinking of doing some kind of ritual to help people with protection and cleansing, because this year is just a bit of a shitstorm by the sounds of it. So I think we just need that extra to help us along and get through. So discussed it and decided I decided I'll do that. Tracer said, love Kiki Rockwell. She's brilliant. She's amazing. I was listening to her 2 albums the other day. Absolutely incredible. Andrea said to you, Yolandi, hoping that you feel better soon. It's gone quiet. I wonder how many people are still here. A lot of people are in the US and starting their Sundays. You said I've been attacked so many times on social media because I'm South African. It's ridiculous. It's been mostly by the Oros man's minions. Yeah. The problem is also, what was it? AfriForum, I think it's called. They kind of passed on gave this whole impression that South African government is killing the Afrikaner, and this is why the Afrikaners need refugee status in America. So, yeah, there's a lot of people who don't follow the Oros man that also think the same thing, unfortunately. It's a bit fucking weird. Landy, thank you. I told Lee he can share what's happening. Yeah, but no, I'm not going to. It's a bit personal. Oh. This count thing on my YouTube analytics to show how many people are on the live is a bit weird. It kind of goes down. It went down to 11 just now, and then all of a sudden it just leveled out and it's 16. Can't count properly. Oh. This one's also really cool. Laura Marling. Some good stuff. And you said, so sorry you're going through that. Andy, blessed be. Ivan, every day after my boss leaves, get my Ask Goetia book and I stare at as many Goetia sigils and say the ends. Call them all into the office. Have a party. Is that because your boss is a pain in the ass? Excuse the pun. Ask Goetia. Right, what else can we talk about? It's definitely gone quiet, hasn't it? Let's talk about Orion Foxwood for a second. So this one, Orion Foxwood is an old crafter from the days of Peter Padden and people like that. But he is a traditional witch. He also is a fairy seer. And he also practices southern conjure, root work. And I don't know if he's got more, but I know he's got 3. And each one focuses on one of those disciplines. This particular one focuses on traditional witchcraft. But it kind of crosses over into the other stuff that he practices as well. Absolutely amazing to listen to and to read. Yeah, wonderful stuff. Anyway, I'm going to review that one because great book. So if you want to also read it, get the book. There you go. Andrea Lee, great soundtrack as always. Yeah, this is a good one. It's the Kiki. It's on Spotify. It's the Kiki Rockwell Radio. There's a lot of artists I haven't heard. So I thought I'd play it. Look good. Right, now we've mentioned that, what else can we talk about? I need like a list of something I can pick things off when things go quiet, and then I can just like keep rambling on. Otherwise I don't know what to talk about. Ivan said, I think that the staring at the sigils and just looking at the graphic design of each sigil fascinates me. The sigil, the spirit sigils are actually really, really interesting. If you actually go into, I have spoken about this before. I'm going to speak about it again because not everybody hears not everybody's here when I talk about things. Didi, you might want to talk to Jono because I can't remember how you pronounce that name. That was, as far as I remember, that was one of Jono's teachers. But I haven't. No, I haven't. I think I've read the book. I'll go check now. I think I've read it, but I haven't reviewed it. Yeah, so maybe you two can have a chat in the corner. Go grab the cookies and the good ale or something and go chat in the corner. Here you go. How do you say that again? Saint Moi or something. Was amazing. May you rest in peace. What was I talking about? Oh, the sigil. Sorry. Getting back to Ivan. The spirit sigils. So if you go to the older grimoires, the original text, rather not the Mathers or the Crowley versions, because from the Mathers version and then the Crowley version, they kind of took the sigils and made them very nice, made them all nice and graphically designed. But you did say you like the graphic design, so that's one aspect of it. But if you go to the original ones, they're kind of rough and organic. What is it? Twilight Grotto. What What's going on now?